I'm so excited today to show you my new beauty room. Some of you have been waiting for months to see this, and now I can finally say today it is officially finished and it's ready for the big reveal. Let's step on in. This used to be my son's old bedroom, and it was a mess after having nothing done to it for 10 years. So it really needed new flooring and new paint job, and it just needed to be redone. And we thought, what should we do with this room? And we decided to keep it as a guest room. But I wanted it to be more than a guest room. I wanted a little space of my own to get dressed in every morning, to hold all my pretty things, and also to put my makeup on. So let's start over here on this wall. This is a very tiny room, not much room for anything besides a bed. So we just picked up this chair at a thrift store for only $20. It's a little off-white. I would have preferred it more white, but hey, for $20, I'm not going to complain. The fur throw I already had, and I just threw it over the chair to add more glam, and then I found this really pretty sparkly pillow. This is an end table that my husband custom made for the room, and it has two baskets which hold all my scarves. One basket for my fall and winter scarves, and another basket for my spring and summer scarves. On the top of the table, I have a beautiful mirrored tray that I picked up at Home Goods, and I just threw a few of my pretty jewelry pieces in there. And then since my daughter is such a glamorous queen herself, I put her in the photograph there with a silver frame. Then I just added an artificial flower arrangement. On the wall, I displayed some of my favorite hats that coordinate with the room. My husband built these awesome these white wooden backs, and then we found some really pretty hooks and he screwed them on. And then my hats, look really pretty up there on display and also functional. I found some real pretty artwork. I got that one from Joann's Fabrics and Crafts. It says, "Don't let anyone dull your sparkle," and the word sparkle is really glittery. And then this one I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and that one just says, "Beautiful." So it's great inspirational artwork for a room as I get ready every morning. This one I picked up at Kirkland's. This is just a real pretty jeweled hanging apparatus. I put my prettiest silver and black jewelry on it. And now for the closet. The closet was originally in the room. We just took out the doors because I thought that the fabric was more glamorous. All the drapes that you see, they were all bought on clearance at Home Goods. And some of them I could use as is, some of them I had to cut apart and re-sew. And the solid gray was super long and super wide, so I made two drape panels with it and a valance. And then I just put these on the side. And inside are all my clothes. Now you're probably thinking, that doesn't look like a very big space for all of Amy's clothes, because I've seen Amy's blog and she's got a lot of clothes. And you're right, I do. This is only my summer and spring clothes, and these are only probably a quarter of my shoes. I have the rest of my clothes in the guest room, and what I do is I change everything out with the season. So when summer is over, I will move all of these clothes into the guest room, and then I will bring the winter clothes in here. And to keep it organized, I color coordinate them. So you see blacks over here, blues, whites, yellows, and so on. And now for the window treatment. I just chose pretty sheers so the room would stay light and bright. We don't have any privacy issues. There's not a really great view out here because you see the roof of our addition from this room. So the shears worked perfectly. Oh, I forgot to show you the mirror. Got the standing mirror. What's a dressing room without a standing mirror? I got the standing mirror at Sears for about $80, and I purchased it online. And we also got the vanity at Sears online for about $150. I think they've raised the price for about $100 since then. But it holds all my makeup. I don't really have a huge stash of makeup like a lot of women do. I just use the same favorite colors and everything. So I didn't really have a space problem, and everything fit in just perfectly. And I picked this pretty silver and faux stone, crystal stone tray up at Kirkland's. And then this I got at a home improvement store, Menards, if you have one in your area. Very similar to a Home Depot. And the vanity came with a stool. I'm laughing because my husband doesn't like Home Depot, so he's mad that I mentioned it because we buy everything at Menards. I put a pretty pair of silver shoes beneath my windowsill just as a little extra touch. And now the bed. All right, the bed is my favorite part of the room. My husband custom built it, but we've worked on the design together. It's just a single mattress sitting on a piece of plywood, and underneath is a bed skirt that I made out of old curtains, and then underneath the bed are totes. And everything that I don't use too often is in these totes, and very well organized and also well labeled. And I can fit 10 totes under this bed, and they just slide in and out so easily. All the bedding I made myself. The bed skirt, the bedspread, probably cost me $20 in materials. All the pillows, a lot of things are repurposed. And if you've been reading my blog and following this journey with me, you would see all the tutorials on how I made everything and what I used. My husband put in these really neat, it's an angled ceiling, so he had to be really creative with the shelving. And so he put in these really neat angled shelves. And almost everything on them serves a purpose as well as being decorative, like these little boxes that are so pretty. And they hold a few of my headbands. And then, you know, this beautiful silver bowl holds more headbands. I like headbands. And the pictures I made myself out of greeting cards. I found this dream sign at Michael's, and it just fit the bed perfectly. And I'm on the search for more fashion books. They're hard to find because everything's like digital and online nowadays, but when I find a good fashion book, I pick it up and use it as a decoration for my room. And on our last trip to Las Vegas, I picked up some fun pink items, and I decided to just put those there for the time being until, you know, I find more items. And the bed is encased or bordered. This was not original to the room. This was all added and, you know, closed in. And then we added these real pretty sparkly curtains to even make it more romantic. And then we found this amazing piece at Kirkland's. It was originally black, and we spray painted it white. And we could have left it black too because there's a lot of black accents in the room, but we thought it looked better white. And that's a great example of how if you find something that you think, oh, this would be perfect for my house, but it's just not quite right, it's an example of how you can change something or alter something to make it exactly what you're looking for. And here I just have displayed more real fun things, like a pretty necklace, a book that's practically my motto for life, eat well, travel often. That's certainly me. A beautiful pink flamingo. He's blown glass. I picked him up on our trip to Vegas again because we stayed at the Flamingo Hotel. An arrangement I made for myself, or by myself. And then this letter A, picked that up at TJ Maxx again because my name's Amy, so that was perfect, and sparkly gold. And then I love this beautiful crystal pink bowl that I picked up at HomeGoods also. Everything in the room came from discount designer stores like HomeGoods, Kirkland's, and TJ Maxx, things like that. And finally, I just wanted to say that, you know, we try to reuse and repurpose as much as possible to keep the cost of this room down. The chandelier, for example, used to be like that ugly brassy gold, and it used to hang in our old bedroom, which we're thinking of renovating next year. And my husband just said, you know, I think that'd look better in this room. So then he took it down and he just spray painted it silver, and it looks amazing in here. And the same thing with the drapery rod. This was originally in the old room also, but this part was painted brown, so it was a boys' room, and the spinels were gold, and we just spray painted them silver, and they look so much better this way. And again, I didn't have to buy a new drapery rod. We just a can of spray paint, and you know, we have a brand new drapery rod for half the cost. And finally, the carpeting. The carpeting was probably the biggest cost of the room, probably $300, and it was my husband's first attempt at wall-to-wall carpeting. We debated what to do to the floor. It was a disaster. It was just painted wood planks, not even hardwood floor, and it was all chipped and nasty. And so we thought of repainting it, we thought of putting a real wood floor on, and we thought the best and cheapest alternative for now would to just be to do wall-to-wall carpeting, which is what we did, and I'm thrilled with it. It turned out great. Well, thank you for watching this video and seeing my new room. I'm so happy with this room and the way it turned out. It probably cost us about $1,000 to finish this, and which shocked me too, because like I said, we reused, repurposed everything, made as much as we could, and you know, to still see it come to that amount was a little shocking, but it's gorgeous and I couldn't be happier with it.